Hi everyone, I am Puja Som, assigned leader of today's group discussion. So our topic is should students complete higher studies or focus on competitive exam in present scenario? On one hand, pursuing higher studies provides students with the depth knowledge in their chosen field, research opportunities, and exposure to diverse perspectives. It can open doors to specialized careers, contribute to intellectual growth, and even increases employability in knowledge-driven industries. However, the financial and time investment required for higher education, coupled the urgency of job placement, and often means the students take place and on the other hand the competitive exam like UPSC, WBCS, SSC, real banking and other offers direct routes to career paths, secure government jobs and passaging institute. So I am inviting you to all to share your experience about this topic. So my first question to Orko, that what should be the key factors to consider when deciding whether the pursue of higher studies or focus on the competitive exam.
So, Pooja, see, it is a thought-provoking topic that for our group discussion. So, and there are compelling arguments on both sides, like from the higher studies and competitive exams. So, higher studies provide an in-depth understanding of a subject, which can be beneficial for specialized fields such as medicine, engineering, or research. And in many professions, require the advanced degrees. Completing higher studies can the open the doors to better job prospects and higher salaries. And graduate programs often emphasizes the critical thinking, analytical skills, and the research abilities, which are valuable in any career. And if I tell about the competitive exams, so competitive exams often lead directly to job placements, allowing the students to start earning sooner rather than the spending additional years in academia. And pursuing higher studies can be so much expensive nowadays. And focusing on competitive exams maybe alleviate financial burdens associated with tuition fees and living expenses. So, overall, the decision between pursuing the higher studies or focusing on competitive exams, it's very much depending on the individual career goals, financial situations, and personal preferences. Some students may benefit from the depth of knowledge gained through higher studies, while others may find success by entering the workforce sooner through competitive exams. So, this is my thoughts upon opinion on that.
Now, Rimita.
If we see that most of the students are going for the competitive exams nowadays because they get direct entry into government jobs, right? And they also have job security and stability. And social always respect those people who get the chance into the competitive exam in like NEET, JEE advanced, something like that. And also if we see the higher level studies, nowadays it's really high in cost, it's really time consuming, and people are not going for much timer. Because if we see that competitive these exams actually have less time but have a stability in their jobs. Also we can see that in those exams, in competitive exams, we can see the competition level is really high. But in higher studies most of the students don't should not go for that, or maybe because that's uh, their daily like low cost of many things like in time consuming and etc. Competition level is also so low, that's why people doesn't go for that.
Okay, thank you, Rimita. So my next question for Abhiru, that what you think that what is the advantages of the higher studies?
So advantages of higher studies can see those who really passionate about research, teaching, and other industrial things, they can consider higher studies. There is no advantages. It's choice of individuals. Like if they really want to study higher for their knowledge, for their passionate, their passion, they can study higher. Like some people really want to research about particular things, they want some people really want PhDs. So in that case, they can pursue higher studies.
Okay, now Piyush,
Uh, what is your question, Puja?
what is the advantages of higher studies?
Uh, Higher studies provide in-depth knowledge and just give me some time.
Okay, so in this question, I want to um, add some points about the higher studies that if we choose the higher studies for our future, then we can get depth knowledge about this, and we can do research, we can grow out the topic, we can know this topic, and we can in this higher studies we also can get job like researcher, scientist. So we can grow out the knowledge of this topic. So my next question is to
Can
Rimita.
I? Can I?
Okay, okay, Piyush.
Higher studies provide in-depth knowledge in specialization in a particular field. It enhance critical thinking, research, and analytical skills. That's it.
Thank you, Piyush. So my next question is to Rimita that how do higher studies contribute to personal and professional growth compared to competitive exam?
See, as we most of the time see, the higher studies actually helps us in depth of our knowledge, specialize in particular field, improves our career prospectus and earning potential, and enhance researches and analytical skills. While we can see the comparative exams, most of the students look for the most of the numbers. They don't go for the knowledge, they go for the number, because by the number the jobs they are getting is high paid, and the person who is actually getting a lot of knowledge about that specific thing is not getting any job. So I think getting high study is more like positive for your job career opportunities.
Okay, Orko.
Pooja, can you please repeat your question? I didn't hear you.
Okay, how do higher studies contribute to personal and professional growth compared to competitive exam?
So, I mean, if a student pursuing higher studies, so doing higher studies, they can get a job easily because higher studies, I mean, doing higher studies, they can gain lots of knowledge, and using this, they can get a high paid job, which is very much needed in this generation. So, I think this is the main thing.
Okay, Abhishek, my next question for you, that do you think that focusing on competitive exam uh, at its effect that a student compromising the creative activity? Can you understand?
Yes, like Puja, see, focusing on the particular exams like competitive exams or any other exams they can for their future, it's actually harming their not critical thinking, harming their personal activities and any other if they have any creativity, they are lagging on those particular things. They are focusing on how to compete other students on the basis of the education system and the particular questions, and they have to solve within times. Like it's the actually I think it's harming their activities and other things.
Yes, Piyush.
Puja, can you please repeat your question?
Okay, do you think that focusing on the competitive exam at its result, students compromising their creative activity?
Just give me some time.
Okay, Rimita, do you want to add any point?
Yes, I just want to add a single point, which is that most of the time we see the NTA, which is leading the competitive exam all over the India. We can see that the whole thing, the NTA which is giving in the question papers, most of the time they provide the questions from the book, only from the book, not from the basis of learning skill. They are not getting the whole point, like they have to get the knowledge, not to compete. That's why I think that's where the competitive exams are actually lagging.
Yes, Rimita, you are right. Abhishek, do you want to add any point? Abhiru?
No, I have a question.
Okay, please wait for 1 minute. I asked Piyush. Piyush, do you want to give answer?
I don't have any points.
Okay, I want to add a point that when some students are engaging themselves in competitive exam, they are sometimes say they always are in busy in solving in questions, and as thus they are sometimes they are busy, they can give time to their families, their relatives, and cultural things like dancing, drawing, these types of cultural things. So this maybe feels bad effect on the future. So Abhishek, you may ask your question.
Okay. So my question is, many of the students are stuck in the same question. Like we are discussing about the topic. So what do you think? What advice should like schools and colleges give to the students for them to decide? Yes, Pooja.
At first, I think that yes, our guardians and teachers should and government also should help the students. How they should guide our students. I think government at first should the career counseling process in our school, because when students are students studying in class 9 or 10, they can't understand that what subject they will choose in after class 10. If he choose science or arts or commerce, what he if give him the job opportunity, what he should do after class 12. So I think government at first should the career counseling process in their school and after ages, and guardians should the guardian should the opportunity to choice their children, so what they feels comfortable in their subject. Okay, we do.
Yes, exactly, Pooja. Now, Rimita.
Abhirup, just
Yes.
repeat your question one more time.
So my question is, what are the advices should schools and colleges give to help the students to decide for their future? Like, what should they do, Rimita?
Firstly, I want to say the teachers and the parents have to be really positive and supportive over those things, because from like the student who is reading in class 9 or 10, from that time of period, teachers and parents started to tell that you have to take science and you have to go for competitive exam in your future. You have to get the goal to be the engineer or doctor, whatever you want, but you have to be in those of that. So the student who actually want to read in a different subject in different stream, they don't get any chance. So that's why they get the depression, that they have to make their parents happy while being depressed.
Yes, Orko.
So I think, Avirup, that school should conduct the assessments to understand each student's interest, strengths, and career aspirations, and this can help determine the whether they might benefit more from the uh, whatever they will choose, like higher studies or competitive exam preparation, whatever. And they can also evaluate students' academic performance in relevant subjects to identify those who may excel in higher education. Or then career counseling school can do this to provide information about various career paths that require the higher studies versus those that prioritize the competitive exams, and this can include the guest lectures from professionals in different fields, and they can also share data on job market trends, demand for certain professionals, and the qualifications typically required for those roles. So I think these advices schools should do to students.
Okay, Pooja, I have another question. May I ask or?
Please repeat. Sorry, please wait a bit. Dimitra, do you want to ask any question?
Yes, I have a question. Can I ask?
Yes, Virup, after Dimitra, you may ask your question. Yes, Dimitra, you can ask.
Okay, so my question to Pooja you is that most of the time we see the students who are failing in competitive exams. Sometimes they even take their own self. They do suicide because of depression and anxiety. Do you think this the failing in competitive exam is actually taking a huge risk in a student's life?
Yes, I think this is the negative side of the competitive exam because some types of competitive exam like NEET or any like job like exam like banking, SSC, anything. Students are has a goal and they prepare the for this exam for many years. So when they are failing in those exams, they got depressed. Their relatives, their families get pressure from for this, and but they know that they have the capacity of this for cracking this exam. So now I think this is the yes a bad side uh, s- uh, of this competitive exam.
Okay, okay. Pooja, please continue.
Okay, my next question is to Orko that or what is the negative side of the competitive exam?
So, Pooja, before answering your question, I want to add some points to Nimita's question. Can I?
Yes, yes.
So, Nimita, as for your question, that doing competitive exam students are doing suicide, attempting suicide for the stress and depression of studies. So, I think the issue of stress and mental health among the students preparing for the competitive exam is a very much serious concern, and it is crucial for the schools, educators, and the parents and communities to recognize that the signs of stress and take proactive measures to support the students. Like they can conduct workshops and seminars to educate students about mental health, stress management, and the importance of seeking help when needed. And they can also encourage the open discussions about mental health to reduce stigma and promote the understanding among the students. And they can also ensure that students have access to school counselors or mental health professional who can provide support or guidance, whatever. So I think doing this,
Okay,
the risk
nice
of
points also. Pooja, please continue.
Yes, so my next question for everyone that what your opinion that why most of the students are focusing on appearing the competitive exams rather than pursuing higher studies? Can you understand? Okay, now
Please, Pooja,
Orko.
repeat your question.
Uh, my question is that why most of students are focusing on appearing competitive exams rather than pursuing higher studies? Yes, Nimita?
So, first of the time, I want to say that the competitive exam helps us to direct entry into government jobs. And like you want to be in government jobs, you want to earn the money in a home, something like that. And even your job is really secured and stable in that place. And social recognition and respect is really higher because when you pass the NEET UG, you get the actual recognition as a doctor. So, like being that place is really so respectful. That's why most of the students go for the competitive exams.
Yes, actually, it gives us a secure future at least. Now, Orko.
So, Pooja, the trend of the students focusing on competitive exams rather than pursuing the higher studies, it can be attributed to several factors. Like competitive exams often lead to stable and well-paying government jobs or positions in reputable organizations, which many students perceive as more secure compared to uncertain job markets after higher studies. Okay, And many competitive exams provide a pathway to immediate employment, allowing the students to start their careers sooner. And in government jobs, there the option of retirements. I mean, after retirement, they can also get the salary as they are earning in the company before the retirement. And the second point I want to say that the in many cultures there is significant pressure from parents and families to secure prestigious jobs through competitive exams, and it's leading to students prioritize those over higher education. I think these are the points.
Yes, Arko. Abhiru?
Pooja, like, see, students who are graduated, like, they have age like 21 to 25. So most of the competitive exam has a certain age. So student thinks that if they are trying for as India is a large population of country, if they are starting from now, like if they are starting from 23 age, they can at least, people students think that they at least they need some times to prepare, and they need some time to at least get a chance to that particular jobs. In that case, I think that students are more eager to join not join higher studies and pursuing for competitive exam. They go for competitive exam, and also clearing competitive exams can really lead to their early financial independence and respectable positions in their own society.
Yes, Abhiru. Rimita, do you want to add any point?
I just want to say a thing, like as this competitive exam is in trend, like most of the student go for this actually competitive exam, and actually this is really respectful exam actually in India. So I want to also add this point, like few students are like that, they actually join this exam only to look cool. Sometimes students actually join this only to look cool because it's really respectful, and it's really like you are the higher studies, you are pursuing something like no one can actually, that's why.
Yes, Arko.
So Pooja, I have a question. Can I ask?
Yes, yes.
So my question to you guys, that is, how do government funded scholarships, programs impact the students' choices to select higher studies or competitive exams?
Arko, please repeat your question one time.
Okay. I have asked that how do government funded scholarships and financial aid programs impact the students' choices between higher studies and uh, competitive exams? Yes, Amita?
So see, the government who is actually providing scholarship, they are actually giving a huge chance to a student for choosing their path in the future, because as we see the higher studies is really high on cost and really time consuming. So people who are getting the scholarship, they are actually getting the gold coin in their hand. So they can actually pursue their higher studies and get the knowledge and get the actual depth in that concept. So government actually should do this to every student to get this actually scholarship to get their actual future in good path.
Nice points, Amita. Yes, Abhirup?
Also, see, like most of the students are from middle class background. They cannot have their higher studies for the lack of money. So if government giving the scholarships in I don't, I will not say that, I'm not saying that all the students, but most of the students think that if they have the government scholarship, they can pursue their higher studies. But it's also depends on the personal individual choice. People are like, I think most of the people are still choice competitive exams. But in that case, students thinks about this, like if they have the government scholarship, they can pursue their own higher studies.
Okay, Pooja, do you have an opinion on that?
Yes, my opinion is similar, like Rimita and Ovirup, that yes, obviously government gives scholarship students for higher studies. I think that they can study for they can don't face any problem during their study, and it is students' own opinion that what how they utilize the money. If they utilize their money in competitive exam or in higher studies. Look, the competitive exam is like one type of higher studies. They can get job. So it's someone's personal opinion, maybe.
Okay. Piyush?
No, I do not have any point.
Okay. Yes, Avirup?
So I have a question.
Puja, continue.
Yes, Abhirup. Yes, Abhirup.
So like see like people students are how students or can students do higher studies to prepare for their competitive exams at the same times, like both of, at the same times, like phds and the research, who are doing phds and research on their higher studies. These things are more complicated, uh, and still can they choose like competitive exams? Yes, Rimita.
So I want to give an example. There is a doctor in the internet. I will not take the name. She actually do her high studies also, and she is also preparing for the NEET UG. So that is the example. If the people who is actually capable of, they can actually pursue the higher studies and also do the competitive exam for the name to get the doctor by side. So that's why I want to say the people who are capable of, or maybe they can do this, so they can actually pursue their higher studies and like competitive exam at the same time.
Yes, Puja.
Please, yeah, okay. Okay. Your question was that how someone balance between the competitive exam and higher studies. Look, nothing is impossible. People can do everything. So sometimes it may be tough for someone's, but I think yes, it is possible. But it is difficult, I think.
So I have another question for Orko only. May I ask?
Can I answer of this question? If you give the permission to say.
Okay, okay.
Okay, I'm keep it short. I'm keeping it short, sorry. So balancing preparation for higher studies and the competitive exams can be so much challenging, as Pooja has said. So, but with the effective strategies and the time management, students can successfully navigate both. So there are some, points to discuss. Like they can identify the specific goals for both higher studies and competitive exams. Knowing what they want to achieve helps in creating a focused study plan. Then they can also determine which exam or application process is more time sensitive and prioritized accordingly. And they can also incorporate the breaks and leisure activities to avoid the burnout. A balanced schedule enhances the productivity. I think, Virup, that as per my opinion, I think it is not impossible. But I mean, highest if I compare higher studies and competitive exams, it is so much. There are huge syllabus. But if you are if you are pursuing both together, I think it is tough for someone, tough for many people. And yes, but it is possible, not impossible. But it is so much taking so much lots of time to manage.
Yes, tough and complex, but not impossible.
Yeah.
Okay, Pooja, you can continue.
Rimita, do you want to add any point?
No, I have a question. Can I ask?
Yes, yes.
So my next question for Orko is like we see that in this year NEET we see the scam actually. We saw the scam recently. The AR1 was like the people were three in the place, right? So I want to see that the people who are actually giving the money to become the AR1, and the aid to, like, many get their jobs by that, by the giving money. So people who are actually pursuing the higher studies, they are not getting the jobs. So do you think this is a really big issue in the India?
Obviously, it is a a big issue because I mean nowadays degrees I mean selling by the individuals or by the by any organization. They are selling question papers. They are selling the question papers because of money. They are selling for money. But what about the students' future? What about the students' future? Because they are buying the papers and I mean before the exams, and they can getting so much lots of numbers. In before I mean past year, we can see that the NEET scam NTA has done. I think 64 or 63 NEET one air one. It is so much tough. Yes, I mean air one is not impossible to crack, but minimum at least two or one. But nowadays it is so much big issue, and in future it is so much. I mean disturbing us to choose our career. And what about the I mean our students' future because they are destroying us. The education system is so much bad nowadays, and for that reason, we are destroying ourselves by them. Those are my opinion.
Okay, Piyush.
No, no, I have a question.
Okay. Pooja, do you add any point?
Yes, Rimita. I think this scam is happening. I think this is happening for unemployment because employment is so much tough now. People now there are some students who are graduated, they are doing higher studies PhD, but don't get job till now. So I think in like a competitive exam like NEET or any types of railway banking, the scam is happening for the types of unemployment. And this is very very furious for our next generation. The competition is increasing, but if the scam is growing, then it may be harmful for next generation.
Exactly, as we can see, like the people who are getting 650 scores, they are like in last in the row. They are not even applied for the actual education, higher education and competitive exams. It's really sad to be say. Okay, Pooja, you can continue.
Yes, Remita, thank you.
Pooja, can
Piyush, yes.
my question is how higher studies improve your knowledge and skills? So, Avirup, what is your opinion on that
Please,
question?
Piyush, your question is how higher studies.
How higher studies improve your knowledge and skills?
Okay, so as we are studying on this, like higher study means specializing something or pursuing pursuing like PhD or like provides us depth in knowledge and expertise like in a specific fields and it's gives us the knowledge in depth. So it's important to higher studies also. That's all.
Okay, Orko.
So see, Piyush, there are lots of knowledge you can gain by doing higher studies. Like higher studies allow the individuals to specialize in a particular field, leading to a deeper understanding of complex concepts, theories, and practices. And graduate programs often cover advanced topics that are not included in undergraduate studies, providing a more comprehensive education. So, higher studies play a crucial role in personal and professional development by enhancing the knowledge and skills across various domains. So, these are the things.
Okay, Pooja, you may continue.
Okay. Now I come to the heart of the GD. So our heart of the GD is should students complete higher studies or focus on competitive exam in the present scenario. So what's your opinion, guys? First, Rimita.
See, studies actually allows us for a secure future because most of the jobs are actually like taking the students who are in master degree in a specific topic, in a specific skill depth knowledge. And the people who are actually getting in the competitive exams, they are just getting the job without any master degrees, so they don't have the depth knowledge about that specific thing. So maybe higher study is most secure for your future.
Okay, Orko.
So the decision between pursuing the higher studies or focusing on competitive exams is very much depending on the various factors, like including the individual career goals, interests, and the specific context of the job market. So some professions like academia, research, specialized fields like medicine or engineering, whatever, it requires advanced degrees. In contrast, many government jobs or positions in certain industries may prioritize the competitive exam scores. If a student aims for a career that necessitates a higher qualification, pursuing the further studies might be more beneficial. Conversely, if their goal is to enter the workforce quickly, and competitive exams could be the right path. So I think these are the main things.
Orko, do you want to add any point?
I have a question to ask about the heart of the
Uh,
GD.
please wait. Please wait. I will ask you. Please wait. Oviru?
So, like the rises of the artificial intelligence, like tech-driven industries and startups and skill-based jobs are like gaining more attraction. Higher studies is specialized fields like higher studies in specialized fields like some data science, AI, artificial intelligence, and business management can be more beneficial in these days. Like competitive exams are good, but I think focusing on those things are more beneficial in this current scenario. Government jobs also remains preferred choice for those seeking stability, economical stability, and job security. But yes, that's all.
Okay, Piyush.
I think in today's competitive world, students face a problem with what they pursue higher studies or focus on a competitive exam. I think both option has have benefits. Uh, uh, higher studies provide in-depth knowledge, specialization, and better job prospects. On the other hand, cracking a competitive exam like JEE, NEET, or UPSC can lead to a job and a secure future. Ultimately, students should choose what with their interest, skills, and career goals. They can also consider a balanced approach, pursuing higher studies while preparing for competitive exams by making an informed decisions. Students can set themselves up for success and a future bright future. That's it.
Thank you, Piyush. So, in my opinion, that should student choose higher studies or the competitive exam, it's depend upon his opinion. Like, if some students have their own depth in his subject, in one subject, then he can obviously can choose the higher studies option because they can improve his career in this option. But some students, if they have the pressure of his families for his career, he have to earn money, then he should choose the competitive exam because he have to earn money them in the cases. So I think it depends upon students and his situation. Rimita, do you want to add any point?
I just to want add a thing that the student who are actually giving the competitive exam, the mind and the heart is like a robot. They always like race for the rat race. They always have a goal to achieve to be the first. to air one. They don't have a human heart. And actually, the students who actually go for the higher studies, they choose their career by themselves. They actually have a patient and calm mind in their sense.
Yes, Rimita. Now, Orko, you may ask your question.
Okay, so my question to you guys that what is the advantages of higher studies though the people are not getting the job for which they are pursuing the higher studies?
Repeat your question.
Okay, I have asked that what is the advantages of higher studies though the people are not getting the job for which they are pursuing the higher studies?
Maybe simplify it.
Okay, okay. People are doing higher studies because of what? For some getting job, for earn money. Okay, but in India, you are doing higher studies, but you are not getting the job. Why? Because of because increases of higher. I mean unemployment, right? And what is the advantages of higher studies? Yes, Pooja.
Look, there are some sector like scientist. Okay, if they someone want to be scientist or researcher, then he have to be then he have to complete higher studies. Or someone if they have to eager to learn anything, then he have to complete higher studies. So I think it's his opinion, his or her opinion.
Okay, Nimita.
As I firstly mentioned, the competitive exams, the students which are giving them, actually getting the government jobs and many jobs by only that give they are giving the competitive exams, and they are scoring, they are getting a place in all over the India, they are getting a rank. So that's why the people who are seeing those certificates, they are actually thinking that specific student is really knowledgeable about that thing because they have a critical thinking base. And the student who actually did the higher studies, they have a creative mind. So that's why maybe we can say the only because he or she have a master degree or something, it doesn't mean that she is really brilliant to that specific person who is getting the interview. So that's why the people who actually did the competitive exams, they think they have the more thinking and base level things rather than the high study student.
Nice point, Nimita. Yes, Avirup.
Certain professions like academics, or you are teaching someone, or like you are a professor, or any specialized roles in industries, they are demanding the advanced qualification, which can lead their rewarding career. And also people who are going for higher studies are more, as Rimita says, they are more brilliant or on critical thinking and problem solving skills, which is more important. As students are getting higher studies, they are pursuing higher studies, they are building their skills, which is more important, I think.
Okay. Yes, Piyush.
I think higher studies have many benefits. Even if you don't get a job, you gain special knowledge and skill that make you more attractive to employers. You can also develop important skills like critical thinking and problem solving. Higher studies also open door to other opportunities like starting your own business, freelancing, and teaching. You can also continue researching and learning. Higher studies prepare you for success. Even if a job don't come immediately, it's like a building a strong foundation for your future. That's it.
Okay, Pooja, continue.
Okay, it is time for conclude. In conclusion, I want to say that the education system is changing day by day. Around 20 to 30 years ago, there were a time when people mainly focused on higher secondary graduation or higher studies. They wanted to be more educated As its result, the number of qualifying students were increasing, and the rate of the employment was also right. But as the population and competition are increasing day by day, the rate of the unemployment also now increasing now. Now we can see that there are many higher educated students in our society who are not employed. The number of unemployment is increasing day by day. So people started to give more focus on competitive exam to arrange their bread and butter. So, but the decision of choosing the competitive exam or higher studies, it's depend upon his condition, her condition, her situation, and her choice. So, thank you for everyone for giving your opinion. Thank you.